In this video, we're going to show you how to change your life in 30 days, no matter your age, your background, or where you come from. Here is the challenge from Earl Nightingale to change your life in 30 days. Okay, let's get started. I want you to take a test that will last 30 days. Be warned, it will not be easy. If you put your heart into it, it will completely change your life for the better. In the 17th century, Sir Isaac Newton, the English mathematician and natural philosopher, gave us the natural laws of physics. These laws apply as much to human beings as to the movement of bodies in the universe. One of these laws is that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Simply put, as far as you and I are concerned, this means that we cannot accomplish anything without paying the price. The results of your 30-day experiment will be directly proportional to the effort you have put in. To become a doctor, you must pay the price of many years of hard study. To succeed in sales, and remember that each of us succeeds in proportion to our ability to sell, we must be willing to pay the price. What is this price? Well, it's several things. First, it's understanding emotionally and intellectually that we literally become what we think about. We must control our thoughts if we want to control our lives. It's also fully understanding that, as a man sows, so shall he reap. Secondly, it's about completely freeing one's mind to allow it to rise as it was divinely designed to do. It's realizing that your limits are self-imposed and that the opportunities for you today are enormous, beyond belief. It's rising above pettiness and prejudices. Thirdly, use all your courage to force yourself to think positively about your own problem. Set a clear and precise goal for yourself. Let your wonderful mind reflect on that goal from every possible angle. Let your imagination speculate freely on many possible solutions. Refuse to believe that there are circumstances strong enough to defeat you in the accomplishment of your purpose. Act quickly and decisively when your path is clear. Finally, always keep in mind that you are currently standing in the middle of your own acre of diamonds, as Russell Conwell pointed out. Fourthly, save at least 10% of what you earn. It's also remembering that no matter what your current job is, it has enormous possibilities if you are willing to pay the price. Now, let's review the important points of the price each of us must pay to achieve the wonderful life that can be ours. Of course, this is worth any price. 1. You will become what you think about. 2. Remember the word imagination and let your mind take flight. 3. Courage. Focus on your goal every day. 4. Save 10% of what you earn. 5. Action. Ideas are worth nothing if we do not act on them. Now, I'm going to try to describe the 30-day test that I want you to do. Keep in mind that you have nothing to lose by doing this test, and everything to gain. There are two things that can be said of everyone. Each of us wants something, and each of us is afraid of something. I want you to write on a card what you want more than anything else. It could be more money. Maybe you wish to double your income or reach a specific amount of money. It could be a beautiful house, professional success, a particular position in life, or perhaps a more harmonious family. Write specifically what you want on your card. Make sure it is a single, clearly defined goal. You don't need to show it to anyone else, but keep it with you so you can look at it several times a day. Think about it in a positive, relaxed, and joyful manner each morning when you get up. This way you have something to work towards, something that gives you a reason to get up, something to live for. Look at it every time you have the opportunity during the day, and just before going to bed. As you look at it, remember that you will become what you think about. Since you are thinking about your goal, you realize that it will soon be yours. In fact, it is yours from the moment you write it down and start thinking about it. Look at the abundance around you as you go about your day. You have as much right to this abundance as any other living creature. It is yours for the asking. Now we come to the difficult part. Difficult because it involves forming a new habit. New habits are not easily formed. Once formed, however, they will follow you for the rest of your life. Stop thinking about what you fear. Every time a negative or fearful thought enters your consciousness, replace it with a mental image of your positive and worthwhile goal. There will be times when you will feel like giving up. It is easier for a human being to think negatively than positively. That's why only 5% succeed. You must start now to place yourself in that group. For 30 days, you must take control of your mind. You will think only what you allow it to think. Each day during this 30-day test, do more than you have to do. In addition to maintaining a positive and cheerful outlook, give more of yourself than you've ever given before. Do this knowing that your returns in life must be in direct proportion to what you give. The moment you decide on a goal to achieve, you become immediately a successful person. You then belong to that rare successful category of people who know where they are going. Among 100 people, you belong to the top 5. Don't worry too much about how you're going to achieve your goal. Leave that completely to a power higher than yourself. All you have to do is to know where you are going. The answers will come to you of their own accord. Remember these words from the Sermon on the Mount and keep them firmly in your mind during this month of testing. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. It's as wonderful and simple as that. In fact, it's so simple that in our seemingly complicated world, it's difficult for an adult to believe that he needs only a purpose and faith. For 30 days, do your best. If you are a salesperson, give it your all, not in a frenzied manner, but with the calm and joyful assurance that time well invested will give you the abundance you deserve and wish for. If you are a homemaker, dedicate your 30-day test to giving of yourself completely, without thinking of receiving anything in return, and you will be amazed at the difference it makes in your life. No matter what your job, do it like you've never done before for 30 days. If you have kept your goal in sight every day, you will marvel at this new life you have found. Dorothea Brande, an eminent editor and writer, discovered this for herself and talks about it in her excellent book, Wake Up and Live. Her entire philosophy boils down to the words, act as if it were impossible to fail. She did her own test with sincerity and faith, and her whole life was transformed into overwhelming success. Now do your own test for 30 full days. Do not start your test until you have decided to stick with it. Perseverance is simply another word for faith. If you didn't have faith, you would never persevere. If you fail during your first 30 days, that is, if you suddenly find yourself overwhelmed by negative thoughts, you will have to start over from that point and continue for another 30 days. Gradually, your new habit will form, until you find yourself among that wonderful minority for whom practically nothing is impossible. Don't forget the card. It is vital when you start this new way of living. On one side of the card, write your goal, whatever it may be. On the other side, write the words we quoted from the Sermon on the Mount. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. During your free time during this testing period, read books that will help you, inspiring books like the Bible, Wake Up and Live by Dorothea Brande, The Magic of Believing by Claude Bristol, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and other books that instruct and inspire. Nothing great was ever accomplished without inspiration. Make sure that during these crucial first 30 days, your own inspiration remains at its peak. Above all, do not worry. Worry brings fear, and fear is crippling. The only thing that can cause you worry during your test is trying to do everything by yourself. Know that all you have to do is keep your goal in front of you. Everything else will take care of itself. Remember to stay calm and joyful. Do not let the little things get to you and divert you from your course. Since taking this test is difficult, some might say, why should I bother? Look at the alternative. No one wants to be a failure. Nobody really wants to be a mediocre person. Nobody wants a life constantly filled with worry, fear, and frustration. Therefore, remember that you must reap what you sow. If you sow negative thoughts, your life will be filled with negative things. If you sow positive thoughts, your life will be joyful, successful, and positive. You will gradually tend to forget what you have heard on this recording. Listen to it often. Remember what you need to do to form this new habit. Gather your whole family and listen to what has been said here at regular intervals. You know, most people will tell you they want to make money without understanding the law. The only people who make money work at the mint. The rest of us must earn money. The only way to earn money is to provide people with services or products that are needed and useful. We exchange our product or service for the other person's money. Therefore, the law is that our financial return will be in direct proportion to our service. Success is not the result of making money. Making money is the result of success, and success is in direct proportion to our service. Many people have this law backwards. They believe that you are successful if you make a lot of money. The truth is that you can only make money after you have succeeded. It's like the story of the man who sat in front of the stove and said, "Give me heat, and then I'll add the wood." How many men and women do you know, or do you suppose there are today, who have the same attitude towards life? There are millions. We must put the fuel in before we can expect heat. Similarly, we must be useful in the first place before we can expect money. Don't worry about money. Be useful. Build. Work. Dream. Create. Do this, and you will find there is no limit to the prosperity and abundance that will come to you. Prosperity is based on the law of mutual exchange. Anyone who contributes to prosperity must in turn prosper. Sometimes the return may not come from those you serve, but it must come from somewhere, for it is the law. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. As you go through your daily 30-day trial period, remember that your success will always be measured by the quality and quantity of service you render. Money is a unit of measurement to gauge that service. No man can enrich himself unless he enriches others. There are no exceptions to this law. You can drive down any street in America, and from your car, estimate the service rendered by the people living there. Have you ever thought about this rule before? It's interesting. Some, like ministers and priests and other devoted individuals, measure their returns in the realm of the spiritual. But again, their returns are equal to their service. Once this law is fully understood, any thoughtful person can tell their own fortune. If they want more, they must render more service to those from whom they receive their return. If they want less, they only have to reduce that service. This is the price you must pay for what you want. If you believe that you can get rich by cheating others, you will only end up cheating yourself. It may take time, but as surely as you breathe, you will receive back what you have given. Never make the mistake of thinking you can avoid this. It's impossible. Prisons and the streets where the lonely walk are filled with people who have tried to create new laws just for themselves. We can avoid the laws of men, but there are greater laws that cannot be broken. A prominent doctor recently highlighted 6 steps that will help you achieve success. 1. Set yourself a precise goal. 2. Stop belittling yourself. 3. Stop thinking about all the reasons why you cannot succeed, and instead think about all the reasons why you can. 4. Trace your attitudes back to your childhood and try to discover where you first got the idea that you could not be successful, if that is how you thought. 5. Change the image you have of yourself by writing a description of the person you would like to be. 6. Play the role of the successful person you have decided to become. The doctor who wrote these words is a renowned West Coast psychiatrist, David Harold Fink, Maryland. Do what all the experts since the dawn of recorded history have told you to do. Pay the price by becoming the person you want to be. It's not as hard as living without success. Take your 30-day test, then repeat it. Then repeat it again. Each time it will become a part of you until you wonder how you could ever have lived any other way. Live in this new way, and the floodgates of abundance will open up to pour more riches into your life than you could have ever imagined. Money, yes, plenty, but what's more important, you'll have peace. You'll be part of that wonderful minority who lead calm, joyful, and successful lives. Start today. You have nothing to lose, but you have a life to gain.